Patience, Appreciation. January 6, 2014. Beautiful bright hearts, how splendid it is to speak with all of you again. Before we begin today's discussion, let us give thanks to this dear vessel for permitting my presence and transmission. What is patience? Have you a good idea of what it means? Patience is understood as having the ability and capability to tolerate waiting, delays or even frustrations of others without becoming frustrated or upset yourself. Having patience is demonstrating control of both your emotions and feelings, and your ability to restrain yourself from expressing intense and negative emotional outbursts. Instead, you are able to proceed in a calm, collected demeanor during the toughest of situations. It takes great discipline to restrain your sudden impulse to react or to respond to another who may have spoken out of turn or forgot the meaning of kindness, but in time, with the love and compassion you give to yourself, you develop the ability to react in kind and with love. We know to be patient can be quite difficult for many dear souls, and we are witnessing how much more difficult it is now to be patient than it was many years ago when you didn't have all the technical advances and information flooding every available gate. Because everything seems to be coming at you instantly in regards to the vast amount of information and how quickly new gadgets and other tools and devices are being created, what has developed is a need that is not necessarily about love but about obtaining the next best thing just because it is available, and with the ability that you can consume just about anything nearly immediately. There is no wait, there is no patience being sought, and many times patience becomes a struggle when a difficult situation suddenly arises and you are left many times unsure what to do next, and what we have witnessed instead of thinking first is a sudden outburst of curt words or actions that cause incredible harm. If everything you want is much more attainable, dear ones, is there still a need to master patience? Well, if you wish to achieve more meaningful goals or to succeed in a task you have been working on, then yes, patience is definitely needed. Anything that is worthwhile to you, which is not materialistic and is very important on a deeper and profound level, requires your dedication and commitment to see through each step until successful completion. Even in this busy and high-tech and informative age that you are living, patience is very much needed. There are benefits, beautiful bright hearts, to mastering your patience with yourself and with others. When you have more patience, your own stress level decreases, you radiate a happier and healthier you. As you learn ways to cope with frustrations and sudden turn of events, you're not so easily overwhelmed, and you are able to bring peace back into your life with barely a ripple. With more patience, dear ones, you are better in control of your emotions, thoughts and feelings, which will result in kinder expressed words and actions. With more patience, you are better at making decisions, as you are able to evaluate the situation at hand with deeper clarity, as you take the time to consider the negatives and positives of your choice. As you become more patient, the probability of you making a big mistake becomes less because you have learned not to think rashly, but with great care and caution. Understand, beautiful bright hearts, taking the time to solve the problems at hand, even if you are simply trying to choose one way or the other, requires patience and thought. As you become more patient, you develop a keen understanding of others and become more empathetic and compassionate. It is true, dear ones, the dear souls that demonstrate great patience always take the time to process what is occurring, and they are able to figure out exactly what they need without hesitation to overcome any obstacles that may cross their paths along the way, which in turn allows them to also being more understanding and empathetic of others. Patience brings great results in any relationship. It does take time, dear ones, to develop patience, and when you think you have mastered patience, something may come along and shake that foundation you have built so hard to develop. Patience requires constant care, attention and observation. As you learn to be more patient, dear ones, you are also able to appreciate all the growth and developing you have done over time. You are able to look back and realize with confidence just how far you have come, and know you are going to continue to conquer every new situation with serenity and patience. If you know already you need a little fine-tuning in the patience department, realize, dear ones, this part of yourself, like all others, can always be improved upon. Take a time out, a day if possible, where you put patience at the top of your to-do list and it is the only thing on your list, therefore making it your primary goal for the day. Apply with the concentrated effort to think about all you do throughout the day, being mindful and living in the now moment. At the end of this day, discover through careful observation which decisions you made that were cleverer because you were applying patience. Learn when you were getting along with others, being more aware of what was going on because you were focused and being patient. Then take what you have learned, beautiful bright hearts, and apply the lessons on a daily basis in order to continue the flow of patience in other corners of your life, and the more you apply patience, the easier it becomes. Remember to slow down. We know there are many dear souls who tend to rush around. They may stop here and there to read something or to look at something else, but their minds are not fully focused on what they are doing, as they are already planning the next event, the next meal, the next anything else. Learn to enjoy life moving around you. Take the time to listen to music, do stretching exercises like yoga, and make the effort to pause before you speak or act in order to bring as much calm into any new situation. Remember, dear ones, becoming impatient doesn't help anything and will not make the line up, the reading or anything else move any faster. All it does is drain your own precious energy. As you are about to make a decision, think about how badly you need or want what you are about to choose on. If what you are thinking about doing is not really required badly, you have the opportunity to save yourself the extra time, possibly extra money, maybe the extra calories or anything else that you know very well that can wait or do without right away. Making decisions is also about being honest and truthful with yourself, knowing what it is you really need, and about being able to delay your emotional need to indulge yourself. So many times we see many dear souls just bursting with comments, words that cannot be retracted because they don't practice the necessary art of thinking before they speak. So much harm can be caused by the sharp words you choose or misunderstanding when you are unclear with your responses. If you are patient, dear ones, you are able to pause and think over what you are about to say, choosing the right words which will avoid hurting others or causing misunderstandings from taking place. You cannot predict how a person will react to what you will say, but it is your responsibility to be respectful, compassionate, and mindful of the words you choose. Patience will always be a valuable asset and character trait to develop and to maintain. Being patient may seem to be a passive way of being, nonetheless it is active, it is purposeful, and it is an important aspect of developing self-discipline. Understand, beautiful bright hearts, without patience, many of your actions, words, thoughts, and feelings would end up being counterproductive and your progression would be limited. We encourage you to include patience as part of your entourage of skills and abilities, as well as an important part of your way of living and being, as it will always be a time-tested quality. And so it is. I am Archeia, Lady Patience, also known as Shekinah through Julie Miller. spiritualnetworks.com